I think kids are missing a bit of boredom.
I really miss those days. There was a lot to be thankful for.
There aren't enough, concepts in Dubai that really focus on learning through play.
And I'm telling you, the world without the internet was so much more fun.
I mean, I think memories and experiences really last long with children.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Coffee Club, the coffee date you don't cancel.
Today we have a guest with us.
Yes, we do.
She is a Dubai born and raised girl, a mum of two, and the co-founder of X Strike, Woohoo and X District. She has built some of the most loved spaces in the region for kids and teenagers. And we are diving in today about the woman behind the businesses. We want to know more about her. We want to find out what it's really like to build something for the generation in a city that is forever changing. Welcome to the podcast, Sidrah.
Woo!
Hi.
How's it going?
I am so excited for this episode.
Me too.
I sat down with Sidrah maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And as I was sitting speaking to her, we were talking about her businesses. I was like, Sidrah, can I please get you on my podcast with Nadia? Please. You are such an interesting person. You are an inspiration. You are so inspiring. When I see and hear how much passion you have for your businesses, it honestly, subhanAllah, I have goosebumps. It honestly excites me. I don't know if it's because I'm a mum and I'm getting just as excited, especially as a consumer and someone that's visited your businesses before even knowing you. I am so passionate about them.
Thank you.
They're not even my babies. So it's so
Thank you.
exciting.
That makes me very happy.
I want to have kids just to bring them to your
Oh,
businesses.
thank you. That would be amazing. Yeah, get on it, please.
It's okay. You can borrow my children. Whatever you like.
You can borrow mine too.
Honestly, take them out for a full day experience.
Sidrah, do you want to tell us a little bit about your businesses and what they are, essentially, for people who don't know or aren't
Yes,
familiar?
absolutely. We have family entertainment concepts. The first family entertainment concept that we ever opened was 6 years ago. It's called X Strike, and it's located in Al Quoz, right opposite Circle Avenue.
I've
and
seen
it's
it.
Yeah. Have you seen
Has,
the
like,
really
the
cool
yeah,
graffiti?
yeah.
It has some cool graffiti on the outside. It's essentially a laser tag concept, but on steroids. So it's like more sort of advanced technology, combat simulation,
Is this for kids or for us?
So I was actually just about to tell you, it's for everyone.
I'm going.
Which is the best part, right? So kids love it, teens love it, preteens love it, adults love it. Everyone comes as a family. Either they play as a family, they book a birthday. We have a lot of, team building events and stuff. So yeah, X Strike is super, super popular, and that's what we started with.
Amazing.
Moving on to Woohoo.
One of my favourites, honestly.
I'm actually not familiar with Woohoo. That's
Okay,
the
you
one
need
I'm
to
not-
hear
yeah.
all about it.
So Woohoo is a children's museum, and it's right next to X Strike in Al Quoz as well. And the concept of that is learning through play. So it actually really encourages children to play and subconsciously learn while doing that. So it's very carefully curated for kids to actually be able to learn while they're playing without even knowing it. That is what Woohoo's all about. And now recently we opened X District, which is an entertainment hub. It's in Festival City Mall, and it actually now has our second branch of Woohoo and X Strike, and also has two new concepts, which are called Dare and Multiverse. Multiverse is a VR concept, also really cool for adults, by the way. So
Yeah.
you have to come.
I'm doing that constantly, like with my friends, trying to find activities. I've done a few, but I love the idea of this like laser tagging on steroids. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah,
And
you feel like you're in Call of Duty in real life.
I love
it's
this.
very immersive. It's very hyper realistic.
It's so nice to do something to unlock your inner child.
I love
Absolutely.
We live in such a serious world that is like, let your hair down.
Yeah.
I want to touch base on Woohoo because honestly, Woohoo holds such a special place in my heart. And I think it's because when Raheem was younger, it was one of the first places that I took him to when he was small.
Really?
Yeah, and he loved it so much. Raheem also was a child that spoke quite late. He started speaking when he was about 3 years old, like just after 3, like 3.5 years old, like getting his words together. So doing something that was creative and something that he could do to explore was super important to me. It was like the way that we kind of communicated. And when I took him, he was just obsessed, especially with the water.
Yeah.
There's like a water play area. It's honestly, the concept
The water gallery is everyone's favorite.
And I want to know, what was the idea behind Woohoo? Like, how did that even come about?
Funny story. We were in London one summer, and my daughter used to watch a lot of Blippi.
Oh, yes.
And he does all these like tours of children's museums in the US. And, I was sitting with my husband and I was just kind of feeding my daughter. We were just hanging out and I was like, an X-Strike was already in the works, right? So there was already one family entertainment concept that we were bringing to Dubai. And we were just chatting and I was like, there aren't enough places or venues or, concepts in Dubai that really focus on learning through play. Obviously, there's loads of nice, beautiful play areas, but
It's not the same.
Exactly, it's not the same. So while there were a couple of concepts that already existed here that are children's museums or, that encourage learning through play, the idea really was, why not have more? Why do we have to stop at the ones that already exist and for those to be the only ones that our kids have as an option, right? When you go to other cities, bigger cities, across the world, you see that there's a variety of children's museums for children to visit. So really the idea was to add on to, Dubai. And add a space where kids can really go and play and enjoy and learn all at the same time and really express their creativity.
Yeah, I think that's so important because social media, removing almost a child's creativity.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to have a space where they can let out their inner creativity and that's also what I feel a little bit from my childhood that was missing is that there were play areas but nothing that was so immersive like that, right? Or maybe there were, my mom just didn't figure it out. I don't know what was Mom, we gotta have a little chat.
Out of the 3 businesses, which one do you think reflects your personality the most?
Woohoo is my baby.
I have to take you. I think I'll take you over the weekend.
Whenever you guys want to come, just let us know.
The thing is, whenever I take Raheem, although it's for him, it's also for me.
Yeah.
I honestly just unlock my inner child when I'm there.
Yeah. And we see that a lot, by the way. So the whole idea was to create a space and curate galleries that aren't overstimulating.
Yes.
So the whole idea was to have a space that not only encourages learning through play, but also is calming and relaxing and somewhere where children can bond with their parents. So family bonding was a huge element that we wanted to encourage in the space. And so that when the children are interacting with the different exhibits and the different galleries, they're doing it with their parents. So the parents and the kids are having fun together, and it's that moment of bonding and those memories that are created.
Exactly. It's all about quality time. I remember I was watching something recently and they asked the child something like, oh, do you remember what you got as your birthday presents last year or something? And the child was like, they could name probably one thing.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, do you remember the vacation that we went on? And they was like, oh my gosh, yeah, and we did this and this and this.
Yeah.
And it just shows you that people remember memories.
100%.
They don't remember things.
No.
Raheem will
Feelings.
definitely remember. Yeah, he's going to remember us going out to Woohoo and doing all these things when he's younger. But all those toys.
Yeah.
If one of them make his memory, I'll be shocked.
No, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I think memories and experiences really last long with children, right? When they grow up, they're not going to talk about the toy that they had. Yeah. They'll talk about the trip that they made with you, or where did they go, where did they travel to, or even just while being in Dubai, where did they go growing up? And what were those memories, with their parents, and where did they go to have fun, right? Yeah. So I think those memories are just so important.
So Sidrah, what kind of child were you?
I was always very creative. So that's something that started very early on for me. And one thing that I always loved doing was bringing people together. So from a very young age, I loved big birthday parties. I've always been, big on birthdays, big on celebrations. I think I kind of continued that through my life. And even now, I just love having big events and, love having spaces where people come together. Okay. So I think, even as a child, I was just very creative, loved bringing people together. And I was a little bit bossy.
Which makes a good businesswoman.
Little did we know. A little bit of a control freak, pretty self-aware.
So I didn't grow up in Dubai. I actually grew up in London. Okay. And I can imagine growing up in Dubai is completely different experience.
Yes.
Nadia, you can probably relate to this question as well. But what is something that makes you smile when you think about growing up in Dubai?
So many things. Honestly, it's so hard to pinpoint one because, being born and raised here, I have so many memories here. But I guess a few of, the really good memories are just the places we used to visit, right? Like Jumeirah Beach was just an open beach with not much there, just a few swings. And It was just somewhere where we would go hang out on the weekends. It wasn't as crowded as it is now, of course. Dubai was very small at the time. There weren't a lot of people. Everybody knew everyone. So that was really nice. But I think another memory that I have growing up is, funny enough, linked to an entertainment space. Called Encounter Zone, which I don't think exists anymore. Okay. It was in Wafi Mall, and we used to go there all the time, my cousins and I, almost every weekend. So funny enough, it is an entertainment space that was a big part of, my memories growing up. And we just used to have so much fun there.
I love that. What about you? What's something like growing up in Dubai that just makes you smile?
Oh my goodness, I remember, so we didn't have Dubai Mall at the time.
Okay.
We only really had like Wafi, Mall of Emirates, a few of these. Like,
Mall of Emirates was also a little bit later,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like Mall of Emirates was like my high school days.
Yeah.
And I remember going to like Ski Dubai and Cinnabon with my friends. Like those are like the little memories that make me smile. Virgin Megastore.
Yeah.
When they opened Virgin Megastore, it was like a candy, like it was like how Candylicious is now,
Okay, yes.
I really miss those days. There was a lot to be thankful for. I think I didn't realize this at the time, but having a safe childhood was so important.
Absolutely.
Because now I see like the crime towards children all over the world, and I realized that like safety, like thank God, alhamdulillah, we always felt safe in this city,
That's very true.
And it happens like for us now, it's great, but as a child, the most important thing is safety, right? To feel safe in where you live, and I love that we had that experience.
100%, 100%. That was never a worry, I think.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine that. Growing up in the UK and in London, my mum would forever, like for example, if we were walking somewhere, it would always be walk in front of me so I can see you, because we could get taken.
Yeah.
You always have to second guess and think that, is this okay? We couldn't just freely play outside with our friends.
Yeah.
Because you could literally just be kidnapped.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I could take a taxi here alone. I could walk in the mall alone. My mom would give me like pocket money. It was just so easy. Like I never feel a moment where I sat there and thought, oh my God, I'm going to get kidnapped. Never.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that about Dubai, because even now I can walk home at like 3 a.m. in the morning with headphones on and not worry about anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Honestly,
where in the world do you get that?
Absolutely nowhere. What do you think is something that kids are missing nowadays that we had in our generation?
I think kids are missing a bit of boredom.
100%, I agree with this.
So I think that we had a lot more free time, which is why, and which is when actually your mind really gets to be creative, right? It's in those boring moments that you actually start thinking out of the box, and you come up with creative ideas, and you do a lot of pretend play and make believe, and you come up with games to play, right?
Yeah.
I feel like kids these days, for the most part, I mean, from what I've observed, they just have such a packed schedule. I'm not saying like extracurricular activities were not a thing back then. They were, but it wasn't like how it is now, back to back, your schedules are packed. Every day you have a different class. So I feel like that's the free time is a little bit missing from kids' lives these days. And I just wish there was a bit more of that.
I agree. One thing that I would say, just to touch base on that, is boredom is so important, and it's also so underrated, especially for children.
Yes.
Boredom sparks creativity.
Yes.
Exactly like what you said. And
Absolutely.
I remember being a child and my mum just saying, Layla, go and figure it out.
Yeah.
Mum, I'm bored. Go and figure it out.
Yeah.
There's always something to do, whether that's playing with string.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can tie string to a table,
to
the other table leg, and make a maze.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you can do with
Absolutely.
creativity when you are bored. I remember my son came up to me, he was like, Mom, I'm bored. And I said, Raheem, it's not my job to entertain you 24/7.
Yeah.
That's really good that you're bored. Now figure out something to do.
But you know what? I feel like as parents, we've kind of done this to ourselves.
We have.
Because we're always like thinking of what plan to make for them next. Oh, where should we take them next? Yeah. Oh, we've kind of put it all together, right? So we want them to do the activities. We want them to go for their tutoring. We want them to go to every new space that there is. I feel like a mix of that has actually caused them to stay so busy all the time that when they're not busy, instantly it's like, I'm bored.
That's so true. That literally,
we've done it to ourselves.
We've done this to ourselves.
Yes.
It's self-inflicted.
We are the problem.
I said to you yesterday when we were out, we walked past somewhere and I said, oh, look, that's like a kids' cooking academy. I should send Raheem there.
Yeah.
What? He's 4 years old.
Why does
I could literally tell him to bake a cookie in the house.
Yeah.
There's some ingredients and there's a bowl. It doesn't have to be so over the top.
Yeah.
Another
absolutely.
thing I would say is that the internet has ruined this generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that something that this generation is missing that we had when we were growing up is playing with their friends. Whenever I go to a restaurant, I just see kids on tablets.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because I honestly love my generation because we had the best of both worlds. We had the internet and we had the world without the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the world without the internet was so much more fun.
Of course it was.
But I
100%.
feel like that's why play places bring together children to interact with each other. I think that's what makes them so important, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we were missing that. I mean, I don't really remember like as a kid going to like a space like
There
that.
were a few growing up.
Maybe
So
my
like I
mom-
mentioned one of them earlier. I mean, you know, that encounter zone, that came up a little bit later, but there were a few, but not many, not now how it is now. Now the variety is insane. And because it's hot in Dubai, I feel like the indoor spaces are just really important.
So important.
So as much as, you know, we want our kids to play with their friends and do, you know, things that are related to nature or play outside, the weather doesn't always allow that.
Yeah, we have to think about where we
have
live.
to think exactly. So that's why actually Nadia's right. The fact that there's indoor spaces to do that is great.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do.
It's so true, especially when you have more than one child.
Absolutely.
And they're of different ages. And you're trying to think, what can I do that's going to entertain both of you?
Yep.
If your teenage self met you today, what would shock her the most?
The amount I can get done in a day.
That is actually such a good one.
teenage me would tell today me to calm down.
She's like, girl, chill.
Take a chill pill.
Can we hang out with you for a day? Because I have this theory that there are certain people that unlock like 80% of their brain, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
And like, it's not actually true, but like, it's just my theory.
It's your
that,
theory.
Yeah, that you have like 80% capacity of your brain, so you're able to get things done.
Yeah.
You can get them done efficiently. And then there's the other people that only have 20% access to their brain.
Oh.
And so they're constantly like starting a task, not completing it.
Yeah.
They have to do, sounds like
I feel like this is me.
I'm not
feel
talking-
attacked.
I'm not trying to attack us, but I'm just saying there is this group of people that actually like gets things done, and I love that, and that's why, mashallah, you're so successful. Your businesses
Thank you.
are successful.
I'm trying.
Please, can we have a master class?
No, 100%.
I mean, I haven't nailed it, guys, but I'm trying. I do try. I mean, I think, teenage me just got a lot more sleep and a lot more maybe, you know, watching shows time.
Yeah.
Whereas today me just, I don't know what it is. I think it's a bit of a problem. I don't know how to switch off.
Okay.
And I feel like when I do try to switch off, I feel like I'm being unproductive, and then I'm just guilty that I'm being unproductive.
Wait, this touches base. So just before we sat down, you told us that you were going on a retreat.
Yes.
Now I feel like you need to explain to us this retreat situation. Why is it
Where and
happening?
why?
Where are you going? What's it all about?
So it's a retreat. It's an all-girls retreat in Koh Samui, and I have never been on a solo trip before. It's always, you know, either with the husband, with the kids, with the whole family. Really nervous because I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
No responsibilities except yourself.
You're going to wake up and you're probably going to think, I have so much time.
I mean,
You're
it's a
going to try and
structured
switch off.
retreat, which is nice because there's like workshops every day. You know, it's like a yoga and healing retreat, right?
How long is it for?
It's 4 days, but I think I
nice.
really need it. I've had a really crazy year and a half. So I
Yeah.
think I need to pause and I think I need to breathe.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it, as
it's
nervous
nice.
as I am.
It's going to be great because it's going to be a time where you can reconnect with yourself
Yeah.
and make sure that you're filling your cup. I always talk about this. I'm forever filling people's cups. It's
Yeah.
just naturally in me. And
Yeah.
I've definitely learned this behavior from my mum. My mum,
Yeah.
bless her heart, she's such like a pourer.
Yeah, same.
And-
So is my mom.
Yeah, and it's just something that
I don't think I could ever be as much of a pourer as my mom
Oh
is.
no, I don't think anyone could be as much as poor as our moms, honestly.
They're just built different.
Yeah.
But it's so important. If you just keep pouring out, you forget about yourself.
Yeah.
So it's really important. I would love to do a retreat. Maybe on the next one. If this goes well, tell us.
I will.
And
I
we'll
will.
come.
100%. Please. Maybe we can all go together.
Yeah. You've done solo trips before, right?
I've done a lot of solo trips, but never like a retreat.
Okay.
It's more, I make them like my own retreat. I'm like, I'm gonna build my own itinerary. I'm gonna do exactly what I want. Like, content, they're usually content focused. Like, it's like, what can I do to take really cool pictures or videos?
Yeah, but why not? That's also therapeutic, right?
Exactly.
You're doing what you enjoy.
Exactly.
And
so
what
in
you
a
love.
way, it's my own therapy.
Yeah.
But I've never done like a structured retreat, which I think is so important because sometimes you need someone else to tell you what you need to do.
Yeah.
In order for you to actually like take time, breathe, relax. And so I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
So nice.
Thank you.
Touching base on motherhood, as a mom myself, I'd love to know your answer to this. Do you think that motherhood has made you softer or stronger?
So I think motherhood's made me softer in my heart, but it's also made my spirit stronger, if that makes any sense.
I feel like you took the words out of my mind.
I think it's made me more resilient as a person for sure, but also obviously more empathetic, more compassionate. Funny enough, like before I had my daughter, who's 9 now, I wasn't very maternal. I wasn't the kind of person who'd like, there's some people who look at babies and they're like, oh my God, so cute. And they just love, my husband's like that. He just loves babies.
That's Nadia. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with everyone's kids.
Yeah, I was never that person. So I was really worried.
Yeah.
When I got pregnant, I was like, wait, how's this going to work?
Honestly, I remember thinking the same thing of, what am I going to do?
Yeah. But then, it just,
That's
it's a love like no other,
Is it
isn't
going to be
it?
the opposite with me? I'm going to be like,
No, never.
Honestly,
You
it's so
can't.
true.
It's impossible.
It's exactly like what you said. It's a love like no other.
Yeah.
Okay, Sidrah, what's something people assume about entrepreneurship that isn't true?
I think something that people assume is that it gives you a lot of freedom, which it does. It's not like entrepreneurship doesn't give you freedom, but it's also that comes with a lot of responsibility. So when you have that much responsibility of any business, I think that also sort of indirectly ends up limiting your freedom in a way.
Sidrah, what's something you've changed your mind about in the last 10 years?
I think something that I couldn't do 10 years ago was multitask to this level. I think my perspectives really shifted on how much you can get done as a mother, as a wife, as, a business owner, as a person who's social. I love seeing my friends. I'm also not like a homebody, so I do love going out as well,
Okay.
And I think 10 years ago, all of that would have really overwhelmed me. And I think that I would have found it very hard to manage it all. Whereas over time, I think I've learned to really understand and accept that you can do it. Just don't burn out. So you have to go on a retreat.
Literally.
But I think that perspective shift has really helped me grow. And maybe those certain blocks or those certain limitations in my mind have sort of gone away and I just get on with it. So I think that's been really nice. It's been a nice mindset shift.
I think motherhood gives women like this superpower of, like you said, multitasking, but also just organizing so many things around someone else's life. MashaAllah, like you're the best example of this because you're like the closest mother in my life. You will like show up to the podcast, you'll go pick up your kids from school, we still have a meeting after that. You can be in 10 places and organize your schedule. I barely can wake up. I've been waking up and getting in car accidents. I don't know what's happening.
Do you know, it's crazy. I think that you do it without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's so natural to me that even as you were explaining it, I just thought, but that's easy.
That's normal. Yeah.
Just to go from one place to the other. It's just second nature.
Yeah.
But I do understand because when I was younger, in my prime.
You're still in your prime, girl.
I think you're in your prime right now.
In my 20s, I can't remember what it was like with not having to wake up to feed someone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can't remember just waking up on my own apparel and being like, what time is it? 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock? I can't imagine waking up at 9 o'clock. So late. 9 o'clock. Do you know how much you can do before 9 o'clock?
No, thank you. I want to be sleeping before 9 o'clock.
You should be sleeping before 9 o'clock.
You should, yeah.
I honestly think the multitasking really does kick in when you become a parent.
Yes.
You know, I don't think there's any need before that. Enjoy your life, girl. Travel to
Honestly,
Japan.
We need more of this. We need to hear more of Sidrah on the podcast all the time.
Can we do a part 2?
It's so true because, you know, we do live in a world where women are expected to do so much.
Yeah.
And whilst you can be selfish and you don't have anyone else that relies on you, live your best life.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
100%.
invest and pour into yourself. Go traveling, go spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on, because once you hit and unlock that other level of your life, that's when you're going to have to change your priorities. So enjoy.
Please
no need for you to be a
Now I'm thinking about
multitasking
it, like
queen.
see, you always want what you don't have. Because
I know, the grass is always
Yeah.
greener on the other side, of course. That's just human nature, right?
Well, now I'm like, I've traveled alone. I spent all my money on myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to spend it on a kid.
Now I want a kid. I want to
Spend
go
it
to
on my
woohoo
kids.
with my kid.
Literally.
I want to experience these like immersive spaces with a kid. Like, okay, I'll take your kids for now.
And you did have a friend that had a baby recently. So if you do want the newborn stage, you've got that over there somewhere. From the outside looking in, people will probably look and judge and think that you have it all together. But what is something that you're still figuring out?
I think I'm still figuring out mom guilt.
Yes, that's
I think
a good one.
that's a never-ending battle, and you know, just to strike that balance between working and the amount of hours that go into work as opposed to the amount of hours you're spending with your kids. And no matter how much I tell myself, and I do believe in the fact that quality time over quantity time is really important. So I think that mom guilt, you know, just hits you hard when it hits you. I guess as long as we're giving them quality time, that's what I keep telling myself, you know, that it's okay. But just to strike that balance, you know, I think is a constant tug of war for me.
I think what you said is so important, the quality time over quantity.
Yeah.
Because just because you're present and you're there physically, it doesn't mean that you're spending any time whatsoever with them. Definitely agree. I am someone who gets mom guilt all the time. I literally say to Nadia, I didn't even see the kids today. I literally dropped them to school and then picked them up and then that was it. And then I've come home and they're already in bed. And
I start having mom guilt too. I'm like, you didn't tuck your kids in.
She has mom guilt.
You didn't tuck them in, and we were just running around to meetings all day.
But quality over quantity, because if I'm with you, I'm not going to be able to be the best version of mum.
Yes.
Because I have got a list of things that I need to do. And this list needs to get done. And unfortunately, I'm the person that needs to do the list.
Yeah.
So we have to compromise here, but it's fine because our quality time is so nice.
Yeah.
And you have all of me. You have my full undivided attention.
Yeah.
And that's way more important than you having a half-ish mom that's going to run in and out of the room.
No, and I also feel like, you know, when you have ambition and when you have goals and you want to achieve certain things, when you spend time doing that, you come back a happier mom.
Yes.
Right? And you're just more content. And that really shows in your mothering or motherhood, whatever you want to call it, because you show up more fulfilled.
And
exactly.
honestly, just to add to that, I think that your children, they don't understand it now, but they will understand it later, that my mom was so hardworking and so ambitious. And I saw that in my mom, and that's what made me hardworking and ambitious. It's because my mom was such a doer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, one day I want to be half of what that woman was.
Yeah.
So like, let me continue to do that. And I think it's actually quite motivating for your own children.
I would want my kids to learn from me. And I think it is that, right? That everything doesn't come easy. You do have to put in the hard work. You know, not to be entitled.
Especially growing up in Dubai, it's hard to find the balance. Yeah.
It is. Again, you got to lead by example. I'm not saying I'm the perfect example, but we can try our best, right?
Exactly.
And when they see you sort of working hard or, you know, trying to get things done, being creative, coming up with new ideas, that also really, by the way, helps with their creativity.
Exactly.
Because when they sit in, sometimes what my husband and I do is, like, if they're in the office and we're having a meeting, we just tell them to sit into the meeting very quietly. And they observe so much that they'll come back really inspired after a couple of days and say, oh my God, Mom, I think you can add this here, add this in Woohoo, add this in Dare. Like, they're always giving us ideas, and it's amazing because it's from a child's perspective, and that's what we need, right? Having that sort of child's perspective in real time is such a blessing.
Do you know what I do really like? This is off topic. Adult colouring books. They're like really
They're
complex.
so therapeutic. They're
Honestly.
so therapeutic.
They're like complex colouring, like very small little parts that you got to colour in and stuff. And it's the only thing that can make me close the tabs in my brain.
Oh, I never.
Because I have to focus so much that I go through the tabs in my brain until there's nothing left.
Only prayer does that to me.
Really? Oh,
Literally only praying does that to me. I've never turned off the brain tabs.
When you have kids, honestly, when I pray, my son is on my back, my daughter's like rolling on the floor, and he's trying. It's so funny.
But that's so nice because they see you praying.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's,
so funny
you know,
because it reminds me of my mum. So when I'm praying, I remember being younger and my mum's praying, and if we're like fighting in the corner, me and my brother, she'd start praying loud. She'd be like, and then we look at her and we're like, shush. And I did it the other day, and then I burst out laughing. I had to stop praying and start again. And I was like, I turned to my mum.
I was like, Bismillah. I'm like, Mom. Okay, Sidrah, I have a question. When do you feel the most creative? When do you come up with these cool, creative concepts that you always execute beautifully?
I think I'm most creative under pressure.
Okay.
And I think when everything's sort of falling apart is when I get a great idea. Yeah. And then in that chaos, I somehow manage to execute it. So I think I definitely thrive under pressure, especially when there's a deadline. Aww. If there's an event coming up, if there's a launch coming up, if we have a campaign for, let's say, Woohoo's 5th birthday. Yeah. You know, that idea came to me and it was executed and on its way within like 48 hours.
Whoa, excuse me?
Yeah. I just wanted to do it and I was like, we're going to make it happen. And my team, I think, thinks I'm borderline crazy. But
yeah, they must literally look and be like, she's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And half the time they don't believe it'll happen. And then I'm like, guys, it'll happen.
Watch. It's just going to happen.
Chaos. I do thrive under chaos too. So I can relate. I completely relate.
I can't imagine. Thriving under chaos.
It's the best time to come up with because nothing makes sense, so you have to make things make sense. That's the only way I can describe it.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice way to look at it.
That was a good quote.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that your own?
Sense.
When people talk about your businesses 20 years from now, what is it that you hope they would say?
I honestly, more than anything, would love it to be a great memory for anyone who's visited. You know, as a child, when they've grown older and they talk about it 20 years from now, I want them to have that nostalgic sort of feeling, that smile in their face saying, I grew up going to Woohoo, to X Strike, to Dare, to Multiverse, to X District, whichever it may be, wherever they had the best memories, whether it was a birthday that they celebrated, or whether it was just, you know, them visiting with their family or their friends. So I think just, you know, them having those amazing memories and talking about the memory aspect of it, it being a good and a fond memory, I think that is what I would want in 20 years.
Oh, that is lovely. Yeah. Well, I can definitely guarantee that my children will talk about
Woohoo
when they're older, honestly.
The same way you came here and spoke about what you did as a child.
This has been such a nice episode. My cheeks are hurting.
Yes, mine too.
From smiling so much. Yes.
This is really painful.
I feel like I've just got a free facelift. Honestly, my cheeks, just when you were speaking, I was smiling because I was thinking, I'm going to speak about Woohoo forever. Yeah. Like, I know when Raheem's young, I'm going to show him photos and I'm like, this is when we used to go here. I was looking at you and smiling. I was like, wow, my cheeks are really hurting.
Yeah, mine too. They really are.
I have had such a nice time. It's been so nice sitting down and getting to know you.
Thank you.
Me too.
Thank
and
you,
it's
guys.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes, lovely to meet you as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us at the Coffee Club. We hope that you had a great experience.
I did. It was amazing.
Such a nice experience.
My cheeks are still hurting.
I know, honestly, they are stinging. My cheeks. I'm like, after this,
stop smiling.
So if you want to go and check out Sidrah's businesses, I have listed them all down below. However, Sidrah has a public profile now. And where can we find you?
So it's called The Experience Edit. And it's very new, so bear with me.
I love this. She's entering a different phase of social media.
I am, and I'm very nervous about it, but I'll try my best.
We're here for it. We're here for it.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.